Hey Scorpio, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your energy check for April 2022. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to do your Old Wise Tree spread and get the energy around you for the month, and then we're going to do your love stitch and see what kind of love energy is around you. I'm calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light because I don't want to talk to anyone else. I'm already feeling some resistance, so I want to figure out what that is about. Well, let's see what's going on, Scorpio. All right, here we go. You have a bunch of majors. So when I see lots of major arcana, what that means to me is there is a lot of soul lesson type stuff coming up for you. So your higher self and the universe have co-conspired to create situations where you are dealing with your soul lessons. Sometimes that's awesome. Sometimes that feels like moving through resistance or running through jello. So let's see what's going on here. The heart of the situation is talking about some kind of pretty big feeling of betrayal and kind of releasing the energy of betrayal, releasing the energy. I'm going to start clarifying this, and this one's lighting up for that. Releasing the energy of betrayal. This is also about winning at all costs. I really feel like someone is kind of, I want to say, exhaling after this has happened. I also want to say that somebody is dealing with someone who is that type of energy, like wanting to win at all costs and not feeling any kind of remorse or not feeling any kind of burden from that, no matter who they hurt, no matter whose toes they step on. And this kind of feels like a long-term situation. So this has been going on for a long time. Somebody always wants to win. Somebody always wants to be right. Somebody always wants to get their way. And they don't feel bad about it. That's just kind of how they are and how they roll. And that's the masculine energy of that relationship or that situation. And this can be in work and business and romance, whatever it is so far. That could be anything. I want to say too, happening now and into the near future, there's some kind of tower moment. There's some kind of blow you out of the water change. There's some kind of epiphany that happens. And the big picture is talking about the need for inner strength. So whatever it is that your field needs in order, like wherever your field needs strength, this is the layer that your cosmic self is working on. So let's check out that Tower card. What's going on? The Tower card has to do with seemingly when someone throws, a brick in your path that you have to stop and move in order to progress, in order to move forward. It could feel like someone who has ill will or ill intentions. However, ultimately, this is something that helps you veer your path to where it's actually supposed to go, where it's actually wanting to go. It feels like somebody gets in the way of plans or somebody thwarts plans, but in actuality, it's helping you get on the right track. Your personality self might not feel like it at first, but ultimately it seems that they're the helper, the, don't shoot the messenger kind of person. Let's take a look at the Strength card. Two cards want to come out for that. So the Strength, one of them, one layer has to do with your image, how you see the situation, how you see yourself. And it's something that needs to be strengthened in your field. There's some kind of something that you need to overcome about how you see the world, how you see yourself. Okay. And let's take a look at this. So your higher self and your angels and guides, your higher self is talking about doing some very deep reflecting. So very deep, healthy self-reflection, but so much so that you're moving other people's energy out of your space. And your angels and guides are talking about that brick in the middle of the road. They're talking about the thing that is keeping you from your goal and your dream, the thing that is keeping you from your progress. There's some kind of decision that needs to be made about who's coming with you, about choosing one thing over another thing. And I also feel like this is something that comes up it's something that comes up for you. You have to, it's like, why can't I have this and this? But it's like, no, you have to choose one thing over another thing. It's like telling the universe what your priorities are or what you cherish the most. And it seems like it keeps coming up. So let's take a look at this. This is coming from a place of your wishes and dreams not coming in the way you thought that they were going to, or the way that you initially planned for them to come through. And a lot of this has to do with some self-care, self-love. This is self-healing. This is also kind of standing up for something that you truly love and truly believe in. I feel like when you don't stand up for what you truly love and what you truly believe in, the universe throws those bricks in your path, because part of the soul lesson feels like making choices, telling the universe what it is that you want. Oh, universe, I want it all. I want everything. And the universe is like, yeah, we got to prioritize a little bit. You got to tell me what you want. Do you want this one or this one? Do you want this color or this color? You can't have both. It's okay. Your advice is like, instead of living in the past, I'm also hearing, instead of living in a dream, instead of living in the past, see what you have now and go forward into the future. Don't worry about the past anymore. Go forward into the future. If you look back at the past, I feel like this is something that has come up many times in different situations, but it's the same topic, or it's the same story, or it's the same decision you have to make over and over. This is like, release the idea, perhaps this is you, but perhaps this is somebody else. Release the idea that somebody has complete control over their emotions. Or this is the in love king. It's like, release the idea that someone has your greatest good in mind. There's a lot of healing that's going on here. And I also feel like this is like seeing the forest for the trees. I also feel like this has to do with somebody having a lot of options. Release this person that says they're in love, or they're in love, or like they just have your best interests in mind, when in actuality they have lots and lots of options. Release this idea that you are an option. And resistance has to do with not feeling what your worth is. So the momentum here is, I am stepping into my Empress energy. I know what my worth is. The Empress also is talking about knowing what she wants. She very much knows exactly what she wants. And this is also the intrinsic understanding of knowingness. And so, gender aside, this is like making these decisions. I'm choosing this over this. She knows what she's choosing. She knows what she truly wants. So keeping that in mind, you're being given these choices, and you have to choose what you truly want. Right. And this is for you. This isn't talking about what's best for other people. This is talking about what's best for you. Past, present, future. In the past, this feels very slow and very methodical. Someone is really searching for the key. Someone is really searching for the answer, the truth. Yeah. And I want to ask, like, what's the deal? You know what? A card just flew out and fell on the floor, and I'm going to go pick it up. Why it had to come all the way over here, Scorpio, I do not know, but here we go. Okay. So when I'm asking, what's the deal? Why is there so much hesitation or not being able to find the answer? I'm really looking for the answer. I'm really looking for the key to all of this. And what's the hesitation? So first we have this death card. The death card is reversed. And on one hand, I feel like somebody needs to end something that they're unwilling to end, or they are procrastinating to end. But there is this process that's happening, this transition that's happening that is still in its transition. It's still in its process. It's not full circle yet. It's not complete. What is the deal with finding the truth? And somebody's talking about not having complete reciprocity. I'm giving more than I'm receiving. And what I'm hearing is, am I receiving what I'm worth? I'm also feeling like someone is having resistance to being open to receive. And so it's like the feeling of not getting back what you're putting in, but perhaps you are getting resources back, but you're not open to receive them. Let me ask, why aren't you open to receive this? What's the holdup? Why aren't you being open to receive the generosity that the universe is providing to you, coming back in your direction? And I have this feeling, for whatever reason, it kind of feels like there's this lack of choosing, there's this lack of prioritizing, there's this lack of seeing what you truly want. It's like a lack of making a choice. So always being open to everything. So nothing really has a hierarchy. So it's almost like everything is even Steven. Everything has the same value or the same worth. And so for whatever reason, it feels like I'm not receiving anything great because everything is just the same. I don't even know who that's for. I don't really understand what that means. To someone, that's going to make sense. So if it's yours, it's yours. If it's not, just leave it and take what's yours. But there's some kind of, I'm not making boundaries. I'm just letting anything in, and nothing is really adding up, or nothing is really exactly what it is that I'm needing. My worth, I almost feel like my worth exceeds the value of what is being given. Something, this could be you, Scorpio, or this could be the person that you're dealing with, whether this is in work or business. This doesn't seem completely like a romance reading here, but there's more to the story here. And that's all of that truth that's coming in. So somebody feels like they deserve an award, and also somebody's juggling a lot. They're just not balancing the true worth of things, or they're not seeing the worth of things. I feel like somebody is being taken for granted. Okay, so let's take a look at what's happening presently. Here's some kind of communication, some kind of very possibly written communication. This is kind of a finding out what's going on, getting some details, getting some information about someone. And it has to do with a new romantic relationship, a new commitment, new romantic relationship. What's going on here? Finding some things out about love, finding things out about, and if it's not a love relationship, it's something that you hold dear to your heart. And this is also someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too. So that's kind of interesting. It's like there's somebody that wants to be so abundant with all of the resources and all of the, I feel like someone wants a lot of attention. They want a lot of adoring attention, cherishing attention. And it feels like they want it from more than one person. And it also feels like someone's going on some kind of journey or trip, or making the motion to come forward and let someone know about this. So like this, it feels like somebody's coming from another place to come see you, or you're going to see someone else to instate this feeling or talk or initiation, or some kind of connection when it comes to how you feel about this adoration, or how they feel about adoration toward you. And here's the 10 of Swords up here too. And here's the 10 of Swords in the trajectory. So this is either, I gotta say, this is either you being rejected or you rejecting someone else. And there's this big Tower card here. So if somebody wants to, I'm not seeing leveling up a commitment, but what if somebody is wanting to identify what kind of relationship this is or what kind of energy this is, it looks like somebody is going to be disappointed. And I feel like that might have to do with somebody already being in a committed relationship, somebody already being in love with someone else, someone already having a household with someone else somehow. This could also be someone offering a job or a raise and someone being committed elsewhere for that. Wow. So April looks like there's a lot of opportunity to make choices. And the universe and your higher self are like, let's make some choices. This is what you need to do. You need to prioritize. You need to create a hierarchy about what it is that you want and what it is that you love in order to move forward in this life, making choices. Let's take a look at your love situation, Scorpio. I need to make a bunch of choices. It's like you need to make things, you need to identify what's important to you. What is important? Like your one thing, your value, the thing that you want the most, instead of just being like, yay, I want it all. That's what it kind of feels like. All right, let's take a look at your love situation. We're going to look at the situation. We're going to look at your energy around the situation, Scorpio. We're going to look at the person who you're thinking about, their energy. And then we're going to look at the energy that binds the two of you together, possible outcome, energy you don't see coming. So here is somebody coming forward. Here is that leveling up of commitment that's not going to happen. Dang, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Here's somebody coming toward you or you going towards someone else. This is creating this label, but the label is there's no label. So it's almost like identifying, okay, we're something, but we're not going to talk about what it is. Someone's like, I don't want to be an option. I want to be the focus. And dang, this is like, I am choosing something over something else. You're being given that opportunity to choose something over something else again. And it does leave somebody upset and sad. And like, I also feel like someone's like, I thought this was something. My intuition was telling me that this was something, and I'm disappointed that it's not. How could this be wrong? Let's take a look at that. I'm going to clarify here. You know what? These are the ones that are lighting up. Okay. So what's going on? Okay, I also want to say this Knight of Wands, whether it's someone coming toward you or whether it's you going towards someone else, it's coming in as young energy. So this is somebody choosing to, I know it's somebody choosing not to have their highest emotional fulfillment. They're choosing to kind of like play. And maybe that is their highest and greatest emotional fulfillment. It's almost like we end one thing and we start something else up. We end one thing and we start something else up. It's almost like spring energy, you know? It's like a season, kind of like relationships as a season. This is reminding me of something. It's reminding me of relationships like people who got together during lockdown kind of situations where they were together during lockdown, and then when it opened up, they opened up the relationship again, or they ended relationships, but it's like people who got together just to have partnership during this lockdown time. It's like it's a cycle. It's like it ends and then another one opens up. Someone is just having a really kind of I want to say immature, not really leveling up any kind of commitments. I mean, that's not good. That's not bad. It's just, it is what it is. It feels more like maybe a lifestyle that someone is kind of pursuing. They're like, hey, I have all of these options and I'm taking them. I'm taking all of these options. However, the reason that's happening, I feel like, Scorpio, is because your higher self is like, you need to ground or root into something. And here's the karmic justice. there's some kind of karma that's coming around to let you make those choices. And here you are choosing something over something else. However, if it's choosing not to level up a commitment, you are going to be going through this cycle again. And it's like you're making the choice. You could be making the choice to ground into something rather than not to ground into something. But what it looks like is it's like there's this resistance to choosing something because it's like nothing's ever good enough. I think I just want to say that. It just doesn't seem like anything's ever the one, or nothing is ever the one. I even said that earlier, choosing that one thing, the one value that you value the most. Your energy. This is about going back and forth. I'm in one world and I'm in another world. And again, Scorpio, take this as it resonates. This could be the person you're thinking about, or this could be your energy. So being in one world, being in another world, going back and forth, juggling all sorts of things. And then this is about creating stability, creating a bridge of some kind, or having the opportunity to create a foundation. Here again is the Four of Cups, and you're like, all right, maybe this time I need somebody to take this offer, cup of love, or I need to make it. And this is my fairy tale card, the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, divine intervention, fairy tale stuff happening, like dreaming your dreams into reality. Now let's take a look at your person's energy, Scorpio. Your person is talking about being action oriented, seeing things a different way, knowing that what was happening before in the past were the different stories, different ideas, and now they're seeing things in a different way. They're seeing the whole situation in a different way. They're also talking about some kind of separation or kindred spiritship that has come to an end. And they're talking about somehow not being full of anxiety around this situation. Notice all of these swords. This is a thought process that has happened around a breakup, is what it looks like. A thought process that has happened around something that did not come together, around not being able to, I'm hearing heed their own advice. Let's take a look at some clarification around that. I want to look at your energy, Scorpio, around this juggling type thing. I feel like you might be offering someone something and they're not necessarily taking it. Wow. So here's the Four of Swords, and you're saying you're being action oriented. So they're talking about, they're acknowledging your action, the action that you've taken. I feel like also somebody's been going back and forth about making this offer for a long time. What do they want to say about this? They're talking about the energy of not having moved forward and not having moved on, seeing things differently, and still looking at that. They're saying that you haven't moved on or they haven't moved on. Both of you are talking about the action and understanding that about each other. You're making this offer. It also looks like you very possibly have made this offer to other people. It's almost like, what's going to work for me this season? What's going to work for me right now? And you are saying that you're open to receiving, but you're being discerning. And this Wheel of Fortune, this is like the fairy tale opportunity. Again, Scorpio, this is talking about somebody needing to unplug from something else in order for this Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor. And this Eight of Swords reversed. This person is seeing things that they didn't see in the past, and they're seeing imbalances that they haven't seen in the past. I feel like this person is saying that they felt, oh geez, here's the Three of Swords. This person is feeling very rejected by you, is what it looks like. Or they are acknowledging rejection. And at this point in their mind, they're not, this is even like, I'm on the other side of the grieving process around this. I'm on the other side of moving through this heartbreak, and I'm not having anxiety about it, or it's not keeping me up at night. And right, here's the Eight of Swords again. So again, with all this stuff in the mind, it's almost like they're saying, I am specifically not responding to anxiety around this. I'm doing things to keep myself focused on whatever it is that I need to focus on in order not to worry about what has happened in the past. They're action orientedly trying to move on from something that was painful. Let's take a look at energy that binds the two of you together. Okay, so we've got this offer, we've got this Ace of Pentacles, and someone's acknowledging being lied to in the past, or, you know, feeling like someone was trying to confuse them. There's some kind of victory here that's being acknowledged, an open heart, being open to receive, and someone being a partnered person but acting single. I feel like someone's saying the offers here, and somebody's not trusting an offer. Somebody's not trusting an offer. And I feel like everyone is acknowledging what has happened in the past. And then when there's an offer in the present, everybody's acknowledging why that offer is not being necessarily taken. It's almost like they're open to receive. Talk about being discerning. They're being discerning. They're also distracted from receiving this offer because of what has happened in the past. They're like, yeah, it sounds great on paper, but they're not trusting it. They don't feel like they're being pursued. Here's that Nine of Pentacles again. They're also talking about kind of having moved on, and it's like there might have been too much time and space. It's like they were given the opportunity to figure out what happened. They did, and now too much time and space has gone by. It's like, I can't be bamboozled again. I'm on the other side of it, yet there's still processing that's happening. They're on the other side of it, but there's still processing that's happening. And they're saying they're opening their heart to receive something different, something else. They're switching channels. They're not nurturing this garden anymore. They need something different than what they needed before. Okay. Yeah. And they're talking about kind of like a wandering eye. They're like, no, I would rather. And again, it comes back to the label. It comes back to, and I'm not just saying label, I'm saying commitment. Somebody wants to label something so that they understand the boundaries of the relationship. So let's take a look at a possible outcome, Scorpio. Possible outcome for this month. And we have the Devil card. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups reversed. We've got the 8 of Cups. So here's the deal. Whoever is offering something, very much they could be offering somebody the world. They could be offering somebody everything. It's almost like they're offering everything that this person wants to hear. They're offering it. And in actuality, they're not planning on following through with it. And there's this can be moving away from the past. This can be moving away from, what's happened in the past. It can be moving away from past life type energy or karmic energy from the past. Someone, even did offer all of this stuff, offered the world, somebody left. And I feel like this could have happened in the past life maybe, but then also this is a possible outcome for this month. It feels cyclical. It feels like this can be that whole thing coming back again, making that offer, and somebody walking away. Or somebody moving away from the past. Let's just clarify this. The Devil card, please. It's like, I want to be methodical about this. And somebody I feel like is being like, I just don't trust this Devil card. And someone's being quite methodical about how they're talking to someone and offering them everything. They're definitely telling someone what they want to hear. And they're talking about the big picture without necessarily any means or any intention to create that realistically. And as somebody also doesn't necessarily want to, it's like someone likes this cycle. And here's the Devil card again, reversed. Whoever doesn't like this cycle, somebody likes it and somebody doesn't. And whoever doesn't like this cycle, it feels like they make space between themselves and this situation. So let's take a look at energy you don't see coming, Scorpio. We've got Thief, Thoughts, House. The Thief is like kind of like the Devil card. I almost feel like the thief in this case is more like a con artist. It's someone who's been thinking about this for a while, talking about some kind of stability, but the stability ends with the coffin and there's some kind of journey. Somebody leaves, somebody ends this and leaves. Whew. Okay. Wow, Scorpio, let's take a look at your romance oracle. You know, before the romance oracle, I want to take a look at these messages of love. Let's do that. What is going on here? Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. It does feel like someone feels quite rejected. Retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. It definitely feels like there's somebody making space between this situation and themselves, and trust. It is safe for you to trust in this situation. And I feel like it is safe for you to trust yourself when it comes to this situation. Okay. And what do your romance angels want to say about this? Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I do feel like there's a lot of passion between you and this other person, or you share the same passion. Make the effort. There's definitely going to be some action oriented, someone coming forward, making an offer. Yeah, and this is a past life relationship. So past life relationships come back together to learn lessons, sometimes to heal karma with each other. Let's take a look at your moonology for Scorpio. And don't let your past hold you back. Don't let this past life stuff or this past life karma hold you back. Move forward. Luck is on your side. And a time to give rather than to take. Recognize that too. If you feel like someone is taking from you, it's not just your time to give, it's their time to give rather than take. Recognize that too. All right, Scorpio, that's what I have. I'll be back again with another energy check for April, and I will see you soon. Bye, Scorpio.